wants the whole of Ukraine. This war could last for years. Let's bring in CNN's Fred Pleitkin, who's live for us in Kyiv, about 300 miles east of where I'm standing. And Fred, you spoke with some Ukrainian civilians who, before the war broke out, would fly drones to make YouTube videos, and now they're using those drones to hunt Russian tanks and to document the horrors that we are seeing on the streets around Kyiv. Tell us more.
Hi there, Jake. And so many people were surprised that the Ukrainian military managed to beat back the Russians and, beat them back pretty badly. And one of the reasons for that was, of course, ordinary Ukrainians taking up arms, but then also using their skills to act as force multipliers. A lot of that is coming out now that the Ukrainians have pushed the Russians back. But unfortunately, as you've just reported, what's also coming out is that a lot of civilians were killed while the Russians occupied certain areas. That's something that we experienced and witnessed ourselves. So I want to warn our viewers right now, what you're about to see is very graphic and certainly very disturbing.
Just be careful, just move from the...
It's like a scene from the gates of hell. The dead lay strewn across this highway west of Kyiv, some still next to the wreckage of their vehicles, as the dogs roam around looking to scavenge. This is what Russian forces left behind when they retreated from here.
They organized ambush over there, where are we going right now?
Alexander Radzikhovsky tells me these were civilians gunned down from this position where the Russians had placed a tank.
And you can see it's actually filled in the shooting zone. You see?
Yeah.
And these cars, look, they're sort of in line. There are no cars here because they will not let them come. They just shoot as soon as they approach.
The Russian government denies targeting civilians. They call such allegations, quote, fake and propaganda. But Alexander is part of a drone unit, and they filmed one incident. It was March 7th, when the Russians were still in full control of this area, and a group of cars was driving down the highway. They turned around after apparently taking fire from the tank position. This car stops, and the driver gets out. Then, this.
He's raised his head above his head, and in this moment he was shot by on this place.
2 people were killed that day, Maxim Iovenko and his wife Ksenia, who was also sitting in the vehicle. The family has confirmed the identities to CNN. After the incident, the drone filmed Russian troops getting 2 further people out of the car and taking them away. It was the couple's 6-year-old son and a family friend traveling with them, the relatives confirmed. Both were later released by the Russians. The soldiers then search Maxim's body and drag him away. This incident, both traumatizing and motivating for Alexander's drone unit.
In normal life before the war, we were civilians who like to fly drones around casually and just like make a nice video, YouTube videos. But when the war began, we become actually a vital part of the resistance.
Alexander sent us hours of video showing his team scoping out Russian vehicles, even finding them when they're hidden and almost impossible to spot, and then helping the Ukrainians hit them.
We are eyes. We call eyes because with eyes you can see and you can report. And as soon as you see, you can conduct strikes, artillery, air strikes.
How long does it take to get your information to the right places to then be able to act on the intelligence that you provide?
In good time, it's about a matter of minutes.
And sometimes a little mosquito can take out a whole herd of elephants. This is drone footage of Alexander's unit searching for a massive column of Russian tanks and armored vehicles. And this is that column after the drones found it. Alexander tells me units like his played a major role fending off Russian troops despite the Ukrainians being vastly outgunned.
We are agile as a territorial defense. We don't want to just like it's suicide mission. We need to go. But the army, they have to stay. They're ordered to stay, they stay. They die, but they stay and they hold in the ground.
Nobody knows how many Russians died here, but the group says it was many, taken out with the help of a band of amateur drone pilots looking to defend their homeland. And Jake, one of the things that unit told me is they believed essentially while they were out here and while they were obviously conducting their operations, that to them it was almost like the Russians were fighting a 20th century war while they were fighting a 21st century war because their unit was so agile and they were able to provide that information so quickly. It really helped the Ukrainian artillery pinpoint the Russian positions very, very quickly, and then obviously bring that firepower to bear. Of course, that on top of the fact that the Ukrainian military also got some of those very modern U.S. and other Western anti-tank weapons. That obviously made a big difference as well. But really, ordinary Ukrainians coming forward and using their skills also made a big difference, Jake.
A fascinating story. CNN's Fred Pleitgen live for us in Kyiv. Thank you so much.